Look how far we've come, all the things we've done. Did it all with love, beauty from the bottom up. All I want is you, you're my favorite view. But there's nothing more, girl, you make my heart beat.
Welcome back, family.
Welcome back, you beautiful creatures.
We are here, season 3, episode 28. I think.
Don't know. I just show up at this point.
Right. Well, I normally check, right? I'll normally like really quick look at the calendar to see what was been edited last and do all like what was uploaded to Spreaker or something. And I didn't do that today. I'm totally guessing. I think this is episode 28. It might be 29. It'll say in the description of the video or the episode. So whatever it is, that's the episode. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Yeah. Oh, Death Clan just became a member, early member access.
Gosh. 25 months.
Yep. Crazy. Supporting a fantastic couple of coaches.
Thank you for being here for so long. That's insane to see. That's over 2 years.
There's a lot of people in our community who have been here the entire time that never left.
That makes me emotional.
It's wild. It's crazy how much this tribe has grown.
Yeah. Death Clan and people like Death Clan have completely changed our lives.
Yep.
That continued unwavering support means a lot.
Well, it's also cool to see who he's become and what he's doing because he's now helping me in the men's group. Like he's mentoring other men. So
it's crazy what you can do and what you can become when you get your shit together.
Yeah. When somebody tells you, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Yeah. Abby said my 2-year anniversary comes up in May.
Stop it.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
Peaches, I love the feathers and necklaces. Gorgeous.
Thank you. This is actually 2 separate necklaces. I'm getting into layering.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with accessories and clothing, and there's this chick I follow now on both TikTok and Facebook. I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but a lot of people hate her because she does off the wall, like maximalist clothing styles. Like she went on a first date to a basketball game and she wore basketball shorts underneath a bodycon black dress to be funny. And like she had like a crystallized basketball purse. She's fantastic. I'm enjoying her content.
So she's trolling people.
In a sense, but like that really is how she dresses herself. She I adore her. She doesn't let the hate get to her. People are really nasty about it. Yeah. But I'm enjoying the multi-layer of things. I'm dipping my toes into being extra about myself.
It's wild to me how many people are like, somebody was like, Lewis was like, I'll be here 3 years in August. Bye, Felicia said my 3 years is the end of this year.
Stop.
Yeah. Rose Thorne said, I just passed a year here, been listening since around December of 2023.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Bethany said, I never left either. Y'all are the reason why I have a YouTube premium. She's been here since the beginning.
The very beginning.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know all the comments we've been reading, we read these episodes live in front of our Patreon community. On the $15 tier, they get to actually watch it live. On the $10 tier, I normally will go back and change the lives to public for people to watch on the $10 tier or like, so they have access to it. But I don't always remember. If you guys are going to join our Patreon, join at the $15 tier. The $10 tier does not give you the same type of access that the $15 tier does. And at that point, $5 more a month is less than like, it's pennies a day.
Gosh,
to go from 10 to 15. Like,
that's less than a coffee from anywhere.
Hit that community, guys. Take advantage of the tribe. That's what we're here for. All right, guys, as you know, there was a TikTok scare. We lost the app for a whole 12 hours and we have no idea what the future of the app looks like. And with that, we are very concerned about the loss of our following. We have amassed almost 3 million followers across that platform with all 4 of our accounts. And we are trying to push people to other social media platforms so that in the event that anything happens on one app, we have multiple other backup plans. If you want to make sure that you're not missing any content, we highly recommend that you check out our Patreon.
On Patreon, we have multiple tiers to choose from. Starting at $10, you begin to receive exclusive content. At $15 a month, you get access to our private Discord server where we've amassed an absolutely amazing community of supportive people. And beyond that, we have other tiers to check out, along with my 2 private women's group, if that's something you may be interested in.
Guys, on our $15 and higher tier, you have access to live recordings. We record all of our content 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, live in front of our Patreon audience, where they are able to chat with us while we're recording. They get to see all the flirting, the outtakes, the hot topic conversations that never actually make it on the podcast. And it's really worth that aspect in itself. We have an After Dark where we sit down usually once a week and have a glass of bourbon, or in Peach's case, a glass of wine and a bowl of cheese. And we have a whole lot of fun conversations, karaoke in the Discord. We finish the lyrics. We literally just hang out and you guys get to hang out with us. There is a host of other perks, including Zoom calls that are coming for the ultimate tier. So that if you guys are having problems, you can talk to us. It also gives you the heads up on private meet and greets, because when we travel, we try to meet up with people on our Discord on a regular basis. There's a whole slew of other perks that come through Patreon. I highly recommend that you check it out.
The best way to support what we are doing is to share the content. The second best way is to check out our Patreon. Thank you guys for being here.
Jenna said, Discord, it's been 2 years.
My goodness.
Lilith said, been with you since season 1, episode 1.
I feel like I just met you guys yesterday.
Yep.
That's crazy. Thank you guys for investing that time and energy into us. Thank you for believing in us.
Right. Thanks for listening to our dumb shit
My
day
goodness.
in, day out. The laughter, the fucking giddiness, the flirting,
Our bad days.
our bad days. You know how many those bad day videos where we're like working through things in real time do really fucking well. People
believe
still
it.
rip me apart. But
I get ripped apart too.
Yeah, but they do really well, because the people
Yeah.
who are not looking for a reason to hate us are like, oh my God, I wish we could communicate like that, you know? Cassidy said, you guys are the only thing making me happy anymore. During the day anymore. I'm coming up on my 2 years as well. So excited.
I just want to take a moment and shout out Cassidy. She's a part of my women's groups. And life has thrown you through the ringer, and you are still standing up and choosing to take every day by its fucking horns and live it. You should be proud of yourself, because I'm proud of you, Cassidy. Thank you for still being here, and thank you for not giving up on yourself, and thank you for not giving up on your children.
A lot of cool comments coming through. And I want to like just sit here and fucking read the comments all day, but people are here to listen to our podcast. So let's pull up a thank you email, because that's how we're starting from now on.
Okay.
And this one's called Patreon. I left before you, but y'all kept me strong. That's an odd one.
Okay. Dear Chris and Peaches, my story is a little different from others you usually read, because I walked away before I found you guys. Background, my ex-husband and I have known each other for 14 years and spent 6 together. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old, not his, and I am 3 years sober. Okay, that timeline kind of messed me up a little bit. Okay, they have known each other for 14 years. They were together for 6 years. She has an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old from somebody else, previous relationship, and then 3 years sober.
Okay.
Okay. When we got together, I was an addict, alcoholic, attention-seeking person who lied, snuck around, and cheated at times. He was narcissistic, controlling, and emotionally abusive. He isolated me from everyone and always told me things would be better when I just fixed myself. After 4 years of this, I had enough and decided to get sober.
Before we move on, can you read that comment from Jenna right there on the bottom?
Peach, oh gosh, this is going to cry. This is going to make me cry. My husband is grateful to you. I'm much less storm and much more peace thanks to your guidance. Thank you for saying that. Yep, that did it. Jenna, you truly are one of those people that I genuinely love. I love talking to you. I love hearing things about your life. I love hearing your thought processes and the way that you mother and the way that you conduct yourself in your marriage. I messaged her the other day and I was like, you are one of the few people who inspire me in my life.
I actually, no, shut up.
What?
I started sending out text messages of gratitude every day.
Yeah.
I've sent 2 text messages every day to 2 different people. I'm sure I'm going to start cycling back through people.
Yeah.
But I'm sending like, hey, thank you for being in my life. I appreciate you. Like my life is better because you're in it type shit.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that since Sunday of last week.
Oh, wow.
So it's been almost 2 weeks of that. That's funny that you did that. You're doing that too.
Oh, I do that. I try to do that every day.
Yeah.
If it's not, of course, you and the children get something from me every day.
Yeah.
But I try to make it a point. There are so many people in my life I've opened myself up to. I've become overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I went from talking to you. I now have about 30 people that I have cycling through my inbox. Some people I don't get back to in like a month.
Right.
And when I do get back to them, they get a fucking novel from me.
Right.
Long ass message. I try to acknowledge everything that they've said to me. I'm also trying to be better about, Buff Bell is also one of those people I talk to almost every day now. But I try to be better about opening up about myself to people without feeling like a burden, or because we live our life on the internet.
Right.
Everything gets talked about. And I don't want the people in my life to feel like they're just getting the hand-me-downs of the podcast.
I get that.
Yeah.
The people that I talk to the most, we don't talk about the podcast.
Yeah.
It's just not a thing.
Yeah.
You know, I got a text message from Jay this morning from a victory he had that was awesome. He was one of the people I sent a text to. He actually just responded in a chat and said, that made my day, brother. We rarely hear that from anyone other than our wife. And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Graham actually said the exact same thing to me when I sent it to him. When I was, he was like, dude, no man has ever said that to me before. Thank you. He's like, I only hear that from Angie. I'm like, I know. Just know that my life is better because you're a part of it. Like I value our friendship. Yeah.
Oh, Iggy, thank you for that. Oh, guys, stop it.
All right, let's get into the thank you email, and then we can maybe do chat afterwards.
Okay.
Stop reading the chat.
Just Buff Bell is pulling at my heartstrings too, and we do work through some really hard shit together. And there are things that I've told Buff Bell that only you know. And
now her.
Yeah, friendship means a lot to me. I appreciate all the people in my life, and I hope you guys are able to feel it. Okay, back into the email. When I would ask for more help, I would be told you lied and cheated, and because of that, I don't have to do anything I don't want to. Okay, so I want to pause right there. If you decide to stay in a relationship with somebody who has lied, cheated, stolen from you, all those other kinds of things, and decide that you want to forgive them, you don't get to throw that in their faces when they ask for something. That's something that needs to be let go. If they're actively working and changing and trying to be a better version of themselves, not just for who they are, but for the relationship that they have with you, throwing that in their face is dirty.
I agree. I agree. I don't think that should have been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
The moment that happened, I would have severed ties. Like you decided you wanted to stay and now you're weaponizing this against me, I'm out. But she left because that's what she said.
Yeah.
So
when I would ask for intimacy, I was told we had the rest of our lives and to give him space. When I would ask for quality time, he never wanted to leave the house, or we had no money, or he worked all day, and let him be on his game. If I wanted to feel good about myself and put on makeup, I was cheating on him again, and I wasn't allowed to leave the house.
Girl, I'm glad you fucking left.
Yeah, me too. Hurt people hurt people.
Absolutely.
And this really sounds like he's trying to return that pain that you had once caused him.
It doesn't work that way though.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Continuing, I realized I played a part in all of these scenarios. The past I created for us was broken and damaged. So I want to pause there. You are not the only one who created that past. He had his hand in things as well. So yes, did your actions contribute to the way that he treats you? Yeah. But does that mean that you should be punished for the same crime over and over again? No. What is it called in our judicial system where you can't be tried for the same crime twice?
A double jeopardy.
Yeah. Continuing, and for a long time I stayed because I thought he put up with the worst of me, so he deserved the best of me. I could go on about the things he did, but I don't want to just bash him in here. He saw me and stayed with me through some of my darkest days. I want to touch on that. He saw the worst of me, so he should get the best of me, or however that was worded. Sometimes that's not going to be the case. Mm-mm. Sometimes people get the worst version of you because they need a learning lesson, or vice versa. You gave them the worst of you so that you could grow, and if they're not willing to let go of the things that had happened, it's okay to move on. When I left, I told him our views did not align anymore. I wanted more than he was willing to give me. I wanted someone to put effort into loving me, not just to be my roommate who sometimes fucks.
I want that sentence. I wanted someone to put effort into loving me. It's not too much to ask.
And it's not hard.
It's not. People don't like their person.
Right.
They stay out of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I would never want to, I've lived my life like that. And after living like that and having what I have, I would fucking cut off my toes before I did that.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Straight Joe Goldberg.
I don't know who that is, but yeah, sure.
The guy from You.
I was thinking bolt cutters.
Oh, gotcha.
I'd take every one of them off my foot before I decided to live like that again.
He cut off his pinky toes, or his last 2 toes, to fake his death.
They're useless.
They are.
I mean, at least you picked the useless ones.
They're not even there for balance.
Right. They're useless. They would make your foot look really fucking weird, though, without that little nub.
Right, but if you're wearing shoes, it doesn't matter.
It's true.
If you're in my home, I feel comfortable enough around you to see my nubs.
I nub you.
Yeah.
Good on her for leaving.
Yeah, good on her for leaving. Something else that I wanted to say, just a little analogy or a metaphor, whatever this would be called. Algebra was hard for me until I learned how to do it.
Yeah. There
are people out there who don't know how to love yet. And that's okay. You just have to learn how to do it. But There will be frustrations along the way. The amount of times I want to be like, fuck this, I'm just going to drop out of school. A lot. But I pushed myself through it, and now I have an accomplishment of saying, yeah, I learned how to do that. Do I remember how to do it? No.
Yeah.
I don't, because it's not applicable to my day-to-day life. But being able to sit down, I mean, I remember bits and pieces of it, and I could relearn it again if I wanted to.
Right.
But there's a sense of accomplishment in knowing that I pushed myself through the things that made me uncomfortable or made me frustrated or even angry. And to get to the point to where I can confidently do something with my whole chest, it's worth it. And loving somebody is the same thing. You just have to learn how to do it.
Right.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you would think that that's just so simple. And so many people fail to do it.
I failed to do it for a while in our marriage. It was hard for me to tell you how to love me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, oh God, why am I going to cry? I didn't want to be seen as too much or too hard to love.
It's too much. I'm glad that that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Because if you don't tell me what you need in the moment, I can't serve you.
Right.
Spring Allison became a member for 22 months. Good afternoon. I hope this week is going well. I appreciate every tear, Peaches. You are amazing. Been around to be better for 22 months. Where is the time gone?
My goodness. Thank you for being here for so long. Hey guys, little quick interruption. If you're enjoying the content, please leave a like. And also don't forget to comment. We enjoy interacting with you guys and hearing your opinions, and it helps the algorithm.
It's also free to do, and if you really want to help make sure the show continues to do, hit the subscribe button and share the content across your social medias. It costs you nothing, and it greatly helps the show.
And you know, that's conditioning. For me to think that it's too hard to love me, that was a lot of conditioning in life. And you showed me that it's not hard.
It's not. It's not fucking hard. All the people who would tell you you'll never get better than me, that's somebody who knows they're a piece of shit that can't offer you more than what they're offering you, and they're trying to keep you down.
Trying to keep you under their thumb.
Right.
At least once a day, I will look at my husband, I'll say, thank you for loving me. And his response is, thank you for making it easy. You know,
a lot of cuts in this one.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cuts in this one. Thank you, Carrie. Carrie just popped around the corner. She's like, I got you.
And I almost spit my fucking drink out because I had no idea she was sitting back there.
It's crazy. So I had a lot of really bad dreams last night. And there was a point last night where I woke up crying. And I can't even remember what the dreams were, but I woke up in that really messed up headspace because of everything that was happening. And it's wild how you can turn your own day around by filling yourself with things that you're grateful for.
Yeah. Gratitude goes a long way.
Yep. Oh gosh. Okay. I got my new tissue paper ready. Here we go.
Cool.
I said I had to work hard to grow and felt I deserved recognition for that. You do. His exact words as they ring in my ears still. You do not love yourself enough to leave me. Wait till I find out who the guy is. Newsflash, there was no guy and there still is no guy. You do not love yourself enough to leave me. He fucking knew. People who treat you poorly know what they're doing, and they know that you're tolerating it because you don't have enough self-worth to walk away from it.
Yep. We've been for 3 years now. We've been telling people they have to learn to love themselves.
Right.
I have an entire book or an entire chapter in both books talking about that negative self-talk shit. Mm-hmm. I put it in this one too. It's just so much. We accept so much
because we think we don't deserve any better. Continuing, he was stalkerish for months and is still a little to this day. I paid for the divorce, paid off all of my debts in his name, bought my daughter's phone, cash off his phone plan, and gave him $700 as an emergency fund since he would no longer have my income to rely on. Oh, how generous of you.
I wouldn't have done any of that shit.
Yeah, bro, here's the trash you left on the counter. Get out.
Yeah, I'd have given the phone back and just went and got another phone. Fuck that. But good on you. You did the right thing, and you protected your karma in the process.
You did what you felt was right in the moment to do.
And I agree, it's the right thing. I'm one of those people that will always do the right thing, but I'm a bitch about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be bitter and salty that I have to do the right thing, but I am going to do the right thing.
Yeah. All right. Is she listening to Hawaiian music?
I think she's listening to SpongeBob, but either way, I would not be surprised.
It sounded like a ukulele.
Ukulele.
Ukulele?
Ukulele.
I'm so sorry. What?
It's an ukulele.
Not a ukulele?
It's pronounced ukulele.
Did you learn that in Hawaii?
I did. Kind of like your croissant. I just don't. How often do you say ukulele in day-to-day language?
No, I mean, that's a really good point.
It actually stands for little flea flicking guitar.
I love that. But I also now have a vision of like, how can we mess up these howlies even more?
Yeah.
Have them call it a ukulele so we can make fun of them. No.
Yeah.
Continuing. Even with all of that out of my pocket, I am still saving more money, as he was apparently spending more of my money than he admitted to. I'm bipolar and very impulsive with money spending, so he handled the finances. Again, I don't want to complain. I don't view that as a complaint, though. That's simply an observation.
I agree.
Yeah. I saw you on Facebook, as I only keep that social media. Good for you. But your shorts seem to align with the views I had wanted. As these months go by, the nights I spend crying lessen, and I have indulged so deeply into your past streams, I feel so seen and not alone anymore. I fucking get that. The amount of nights that I cried myself to sleep after leaving my first marriage. For about 3 months, it was every single night. There were multiple times where I thought if I just go back, this pain would stop. Living in that hell was easier than having to deal with the pain of ending my first marriage and trying to figure out my life on my own at that point.
It's the reality for a lot of women.
Yeah.
Well, for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I love that you don't feel alone anymore, because you're not. You are definitely not alone. For the first time since being sober, I don't hate myself every day, or I don't hate my life every day. You guys joke around and laugh, and even though I'm alone most of the time, I have laughed and smiled and enjoyed how you guys interact.
I love that. We are bringing a little bit of joy to people's lives who would not have it otherwise, and that's everything. You ever see those TikToks of the guy who's like, "I'm having a bad day, will you give me a hug?" And people are like, "No, fuck away from me."
Right.
I'm hugging that motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. I'll be your mom in this moment, your
Right.
sister, your grandma who passed away 10 years ago. Let's go.
You never know what someone's going through.
Right.
And I don't like people touching me. But even when it comes to fans, if they were like, "Can I have a hug?" As a dude, like I'll hug another guy all day long. If it's a woman, I might not. And be like, "Hey, go hug Peaches."
Yeah.
She's the hugger in this situation. Unless it's somebody that we know,
Yeah.
right? Like people who've been to their Discord mod, meet and greets or whatever.
Yeah.
There's an established connection there. It's a little different, but and I'm only putting it out there in case somebody sees us and tries to run up and hug me. Don't do that.
Yeah. No, please ask for permission to touch us.
But you never know what somebody's going through. And that little bit of kindness could be the difference from them waking up tomorrow.
Yeah. If I was on the street walking and a dude walked up to me and he was like, "Can I have a hug?" I'd be like, "Can you sit here for 10 minutes? I'm calling my husband."
Yeah.
And not in a negative way. Like, you need somebody to talk to, and my husband will take all the time that you need.
Yeah. Would you really?
I would. Yeah. I didn't mean to make you emotional. I would sit there for as long as it took. I'm not going to hug you, but I'll hold your hand. I have that thing about hugging strangers and strange men specifically, but you want to talk about why that hit you so hard?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about it or not.
Okay.
I've been homeless and not having anybody to talk to, you know what I mean? And like eating out of a garbage can. Like that's one of those things that is something that never leaves you, you know, looking for somebody else's scraps just to put food in your belly kind of thing. And people really look down on homeless people, and having somebody that's saying something like that and you going, hang on, let me call my husband. He'll listen to you. Like, I don't know. I just felt seen, I guess.
Now I feel the need to say, for like anybody out there listening, I have nothing important going on in my life if it means that it's going to save yours.
Right.
Like,
you have to want to save yours though.
Right.
Okay.
Like if it got to the point where someone walked up on the streets and they were like, "I'm about to off myself. I need someone to just listen to me."
Got you.
I will reschedule my whole damn day.
Yeah.
Continuing, I'm almost caught up and had to join Patreon because I didn't know what to do when I ran out of YouTube content. Oh, I hope you're here now. My goodness. There are people who want the same thing I do, a whole community of it. And I don't want to settle for less because I believe I was less. I have a lot of healing to do, but I know now what I'm not looking for, and I know what I will not settle for. As someone who has several mental health diagnoses, is this like octopus rules?
Diagnosis is how I would say that.
Yeah. Who has spent years finding the right medications after becoming sober, I thought I would live with crippling anxiety the rest of my life. A calm surety has come over me with the confidence you all have made me feel. I tried to keep this brief, as there is much more abuse on both sides. But the transition from being someone who called off work because a work bully was there that day, to looking my boss in the eyes and asking if they had a problem with me while not internally screaming or panicking has been life-changing.
I love that.
Me fucking too.
Yep. Let's not read their diagnosis. I don't think that's for the internet.
Oh, I agree with that. Okay. Well, maybe
I think we should leave it out.
Yeah?
Yep.
What if there's people out there with these diagnoses who need to hear it?
All right. That's your choice. You're not wrong. They did.
Right.
I know. It just feels I don't know. You're right, though. They did put it in the email.
P.S. For funsies, my mental health diagnosis is basically a tongue twister. Schizoaffective manic bipolar, depressive type with high anxiety and ADHD. So this emailer, because she is a mother, she has talked about her daughter, has anything with schizo in front of it is a terrifying thing to be diagnosed with. I mean, all mental disorders are a heavy crown to wear, but schizo disorders that massively impact the way that the brain works and how you see reality, that's scary.
Schizo anything is also not always visible. Sometimes it's audible as well.
Right.
So imagine the paranoia that comes from hearing someone in your house every night at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Like, yeah.
And this emailer has been able to find happiness in her life, or she is finding it. I mean, she's definitely found her self-worth. I love being able to look in the eyes of the boss and saying, do you have a problem with me?
Right.
What's the issue?
All right. That was the end of that one. Learning to control all of that while being isolated from family and friends has really made a trooper out of me. Thank you again. Keep doing you. Y'all are saving lives.
You guys cannot play with Lilo.
All right. Let me move this into the red folder.
Roll her around like a tamale or like one of those, the 7-Eleven thing on rollers, not the hot dogs, but the taquitos. Yeah. She'll become a 7-Eleven taquito in that yard.
All right. So now we got to get into looking for advice. Got a lot in this folder. Just going to keep going from the very first one, right? This is what we do. All right. All right. This is a Patreon email. So for those of you who don't know, if you are a member of our Patreon and you send an email in, your emails get prioritized. So if you are a member of our Patreon and you send an email in looking at it to get read, make sure that you put Patreon or I am a Patreon subscriber somewhere in the title or in the subject line so that we know that you are a Patreon member. Mm-hmm. This email is called Patreon, The Lost Squishy Romance.
All right. So this emailer did include their name. We are going to not read it just because we have learned firsthand what it looks like to have people find you on the internet.
Yeah.
So we don't want there to be any catastrophic fallout from having your email read on the podcast. So we are going to continue to read emails as anonymous. I've been watching your TikToks for quite a while now, and my husband sends them to me from time to time because there are several aspects of the relationship you two share that my husband and I really relate to. Recently, though, I've been watching the podcast from the beginning after watching every available episode of the Good Wives podcast. Oh my goodness, thank you. I have a question that I hadn't heard asked previously that I'd love some perspective on, but of course some background first.
I love this. Something new? Is it real? Can this actually be a thing? Let me fucking sit up.
Everyone take a moment to watch Carrie run behind me.
Lilo was like, what the fuck?
That's just her life. You want to hear something stupid?
Always.
This is really stupid. So I appreciate kisses from all animals, right? I will never knock that. Something about a dog's tongue doesn't do it on my skin, though, especially if it's my face. Their tongue just feels goopy. But a cat's tongue
Feels like sandpaper.
It does, and I enjoy it.
Do you know why?
Because they bathe themselves.
It's how they rip meat apart when they're eating.
Oh my God.
They don't have the jaw strength the way that a dog does, so it helps
That makes
rip
sense.
the meat.
They have tiny little mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Are cats trying to eat me when they give me kisses?
Cats headbutt kisses. If they're licking you, it's because they're tasting to see if you're an edible morsel or not.
Oh my gosh. I have just been sacrificing myself to cats. That makes me really uncomfortable. Could you imagine only being able to eat meat by licking it?
Well, they can chew into it too. They just don't have the jaw strength to do like they do. Evolution. All right. I'm currently 35.
I am currently 35. My husband is 36. We met on a dating site 12 years ago. At the time, we both worked as cooks at retirement homes a block away from each other. Oh wow, that's so much easier. And thought that it had to be some sort of universal sign. I had just ended my first marriage to a true narcissist, a 3-year relationship. Good on you for getting out early, right? 3 years is not a short amount of time. You also didn't stay with them for 10 years. So good on you for getting out of that relatively early. My daughter was 3 at the time and my son was 2. I had to leave the relationship under cover of a guise to escape and had to leave my son with my mother-in-law so that I could actually get out. My daughter lived with her dad, a different guy at the time, so she was safe. So when my current husband and I met, I did not have physical custody of my son. I respect the fuck out of all of that. That's not an easy decision to make as a mother, to willingly give up having your children in your proximity for safety.
Yeah.
That's a really hard choice to make. And I just feel the need to say that the fact that you made that choice and followed through and didn't go back because it was easier to go back and live in that situation, that's a beautiful thing. All of the ugly and the hardships and the trials and tribulations that came from that made you more beautiful as a human being because you chose to come out stronger on the other side.
Yep.
Continuing, my current husband and I hit it off right away and were swept up in the honeymoon phase, so he moved in with me within the first month. Grand romantic gestures on both our parts, and being so obsessed with each other, we spent as much time as possible together. We were together. What?
We still do that.
You mean us?
Oh yeah, grand romantic gestures.
Yeah.
Both of our parts is still a thing. Being obsessed is still a thing, and we spend all of our fucking time together.
Yeah.
Like it's very rare that you and I are not in the same building.
Yeah. Not even that. The same car.
Right.
Yeah, every opportunity we have to ride together, we do.
We bought walkie-talkies so that we could still talk to each other while in separate vehicles where there was no cell phone signal.
Yeah.
It might be like borderline problematic.
I don't think so.
I don't either, but other people would say that it's not healthy.
Yeah.
I'm happy though, so
they
fuck
can
'em.
feel that way.
Yeah.
My husband walked out of the room this morning in the same shorts that he's worn 100 times, and I was like, damn, you look good.
Yeah. Because I'm wearing my Jinkos.
I love you in Jinkos. It's one of my favorite things to see you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get back to the email.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Do you want to know one of my favorite things to see you in?
You?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. Chat said filthy. Iggy said, damn, that was good. Smooth. Oh, behave. Okay, sorry.
I really do feel like we are the parents of the Discord, and every time we do something, they were like, guys, come on. We're in the living room.
Fire Red Phoenix said, my partner heard that and said, I can understand that. Ha ha ha.
Oh, hell yeah.
Krista's rocking her new Jinkos today. Thanks, guys.
Oh, she got them.
Yep.
I love that. Sharing Jinkos. What a beautiful thing.
When I came out of the bathroom earlier and I was like, I'm going to change the name of, or I'm going to change our intro. I was going to say, welcome back, children. Because it's a joke, but I realized how many people think that we're already a cult, and that was probably not the move.
Yeah.
So I opted to say welcome back family instead, but just
Welcome
know
back, my
the
children.
children thing was absolutely where I wanted to go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were together for about 3 months when he made the decision to turn himself in on an old warrant. Oh, that took a turn. Not to have it hanging over his head so we could build a life together, and spent a year in jail. Damn, that just gave me goosebumps. I'm not going to lie. Like an old warrant. So I'm imagining older than a year.
Could be.
Cops haven't found him. They don't know what he's up to. And he was like, I'm not willing to jeopardize what we have going on. I'm going to go do what I need to do, get this taken care of so we can continue living our life. Everything that happened for the next 2 years was full of toxicity. Our unaddressed trauma responses, cheating on both sides, his out of control alcoholism, and many instances of him in and out of jail.
Damn.
Okay, so the goosebumps have died down a little bit.
Yeah.
Towards the end of that 3 years, I went to trial to get custody of my son back, and we were trying to have a baby of our own. The stress from being homeless over and over again due to him being in and out of jail, and what that would do to my case, triggered a psychotic break, during which he sat by my side and kept me safe no matter what I threatened to do to him. There was no violence, only words. Okay, so just food for thought, right? Because she said no matter what I threatened to do to him, there was no violence, only words. The food for thought is our words are spiritual weapons, and everything we say can slice somebody's soul. So even if there is no physical violence happening in the human form, if what you're saying is intent with malice to cut, you're doing exactly just that. There's still violence happening, just not in the normalized, socialized way of it.
I think though during a
Playing out,
psychotic break,
Yeah.
there's a lot more room for grace there.
Yeah.
But that's only because I've had psychotic breaks, and I got to be honest, there's some of it that I don't remember.
I get that.
So you're not, there's a lot happening, and I think a
Yeah.
lot of that is spiritual warfare. But I'm not going to get into that. I do believe that.
I do feel the need to expand because you touched on the fact that she was having a psychotic break. Me commenting on words having violence to them in the spiritual way is outside the context of that psychotic break.
Yeah.
We just sitting in the T-Mobile store.
Oh man, I'll never forget that day.
Right.
Obviously you won't either because you just brought it up. But
Right. Yeah.
okay,
That
run it.
very impactful. Older couple. I want to say maybe late 60s, early 70s.
I'd say that's fair.
Yeah. And she was just verbally berating her husband in the middle of this T-Mobile store. And that man was just sitting there looking absolutely defeated.
Hunched over. Yeah.
Just accepting it. Like this has been his life for the last 40 years. And it's what he's come to accept and expect from his marriage and his wife.
Yeah. She berated him for a good 45 minutes while we were in there.
It was nonstop.
Yeah. the whole time.
Yeah.
You looked at me at one point and was like, should I go hand him one of our business cards? And I was like, I feel really fucking bad for that dude. Like, I don't even know if we should interject.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. It probably would have made things worse for him. Like,
yeah.
That's the man who's abusive to a woman in a public setting and another dude stepping in and her getting it even worse when she got home because somebody tried to defend her. I believe that's how that would have played out.
Yeah. We could hear what she was saying and we could see the physical reaction that he was having to the words that she was giving him. It was devastating. Continuing, I finally made a decision to end the relationship to try and have some semblance of stability for my court case. I ended up losing custody to my mother-in-law, but she passed a week later and custody defaulted back to me and my ex-husband. Holy shit. Life is wild. It was right around this time that I found out that I was pregnant with my youngest.
Wait. I'm processing. I need a second for that because that's divine intervention.
That really is. That's exactly what my mind went to.
Okay. Then I don't need to explain it. You got it. I was going to try to telepathy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly where my mind went to because that doesn't just happen.
Mm-mm.
You guys had this lengthy court battle trying to gain custody. You ended up losing and then a week later it defaulted back to you guys.
Yeah. And that, okay, so there's a whole lot that can be said about that. Like, you know, did God kill the mom to give the kid back? Like, we don't know.
Right.
That woman could have had a whole lot of karma coming her way and it was just her time.
Right.
It could have been that losing the kid in the first place, knowing that she was going to die in a week, was enough to get you to pull your head out of your ass to make sure that you're setting your kid up for future success.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. That finality of you have finally lost custody and there's no getting it back.
Right. But you can't tell me that there's not divine planning there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe things just happen.
I don't either because I believe in synchronicity.
Yeah. Oh, be careful, babe. People might think that we're witches.
Oh, I don't care. What
Don't say
think.
synchronicities. It's a big word some people might not understand.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we can laugh about it though.
I mean, it's all you can do.
Right.
Like I told you after our first seminar or ceremony, I'm not mad at these people anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I truly feel pity for these people.
Yeah.
And like, it must be exhausting living life like that. People need to fucking get over themselves.
Mm-hmm. Continuing. It was right around this time that I found out that I was pregnant with my youngest and my current husband and I decided to get back together. I was all in for us to build our family, but he had so much hurt and resentment built up for me by this time that he ended our relationship when I was 7 months pregnant. He was certain that the baby wasn't his and took no part in the pregnancy because of it, which I didn't blame him for at all. When I went into labor, he went to the hospital with me and the second our son was born, he knew that he was his. I tried countless times to convince him to take me back, but the damage had been done. I got into therapy and spent the first year alone while he got a new girlfriend pretty much right away. She showed quite a few red flags to me, but he was enamored and couldn't see what I saw, so I ended up looking like a crazy baby mama. My therapist told me that what happens outside my home is out of my control and to learn to let it go for my own peace of mind. It was hard, but when it clicked hard. I get that. I think that one of the reasons that we as humans try so hard to show the truth or shed light on something or even share a side of things is because there's a rejection happening. And there's that primal need to not be rejected by our own because 100,000 years ago, you're rejected by your species. The likelihood of your survival is not high.
Yep.
It's so freeing to let go of things that are outside of your control.
It's a serenity prayer. That's why I ended my book like that.
Continuing, the girlfriend did everything she could to shove her way into the mom role instead of the stepmom role, which I would have had no problem with. We had made a commitment to work together as parents to be a strong united force together for the kids. Through all of this, he and my older son had bonded, and I wasn't willing to be petty and take that relationship away from them. When my youngest went for his week on, week off visits, my older son went too. Oh, I love that. After 2 years with this girl and continuous drinking, he went off the handle one night and landed himself back in jail for the last time. This was his wake-up call and he got sober for our boys. Life gets real serious when you recognize that there's eyes on you. And not just the eyes of the masses, but little eyes who look up to you like Superman.
Yeah, at least he was able to recognize it.
Yeah. A year later, he and his girlfriend split up, and he and I agreed to be closer than ever to fight for our co-parenting relationship at all costs. I told any potential boyfriends that it was something they would have to be comfortable with or move along, and I stood by that.
Good. If you guys are being civil to each other and you guys are able to co-parent effectively, it needs to happen. Kids need their father.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I'm a bonus dad, and I say this with my full chest. If your ex-husband was super in the picture and doing everything and like was filling every single role, I would never try to step into that role. They've got everything that they need. Having a bonus parent is there to fill in the cracks.
Right.
There's things that I can provide the children that he can't. And there's things that he's going to be able to provide that I can't. And having 2 dads instead of 1 to fill those roles is a lot fucking better than having none.
Right.
So having that co-parenting thing, if you guys can do that shit civilly, you don't have to like each other. You just have to be nice to each other for the sake of the children. I don't know. I think that people that choose not to co-parent and pick ugly over their kids because they're hurt and they can't get over their bullshit, they are perpetuating a generational trauma that will not end with your children or your grandchildren.
All right, continuing. Sometimes this looked like helping each other out with rent money, coming to watch the kids so one of us could run to the store for something while they slept, him helping me with my car troubles, going on day trips to the beach together, etc.
Love all of that.
After 5 years apart, our youngest started school and it was a nightmare. We suspected he had autism and ADHD, but he hadn't been tested, so this resulted in daily calls from the school for support or to come get him. His dad was running his own mechanic shop, and I was working as a house cleaner at the time. I was becoming so unreliable at work that I was about to be fired. I waited until my tax return came in and decided to quit my job and came up with a better plan to give my full attention to my youngest. His dad was falling so far behind at the shop that we agreed that I would take the kids for 3 weeks so he could catch up. We realized how beneficial this was to the both of us, and since we were both single, that we would move back in with each other. Our agreement was that I would be a stay-at-home mom and he would work to provide, but not that we would have a relationship.
What a wild thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know where this is going. That's just such a strange thing to me because when you really think about that, are we in a feel good folder still? We're not. This is seeking advice. Okay. Because this does feel good.
Yeah.
So far. That situation is very dangerous. Because if one person catches feelings and the other doesn't, there's going to be a lot of fighting and ugly that's going to happen all over again. And the kids are going to see that.
Especially if there's a boyfriend or girlfriend being brought in
right
while those feelings are being had.
Right. So, and that's where I was going to go with that. If you guys are if anybody's ever thinking about doing some shit like that, there needs to be very clear ground rules. And one of those things is that boyfriend, girlfriend never comes to the house. Like that needs to be completely off limits and away from the family. I think that would be more than a fair thing to ask if you guys are going to ever try doing something like this.
Yeah. Continuing, after some time, a relationship between us slowly began to develop. After about a year, we found 20 acres on an owner contract for a once-in-a-lifetime price. So we hustled and got the down payment together, and that's where we've been for the last 2 years completely off-grid. In that time, there's never really been romance between us, but he brags about me to our friends openly where I can see, acknowledging how hard my job is, and no matter how hard his job might be, he gets to leave at the end of the day. He does his best to take care of most everything with the property and have our teenage son take care of the little things so I can focus on the house and the animals and the kids. We got married this past October. Oh my gosh, that's gonna make me cry.
It's crazy that they don't have romance though. There's never really been romance between us.
In that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Very cool Viking themed wedding at our favorite hangout with a handful of friends and family. I know he loves me and all the little things he does for me, bringing me treats he knows I like, making plans to go places that make me smile, takes me for a weekend away every year for my birthday, buying me books, calling me goofy nicknames, etc. And when I try to show him affection, but when I try to show him affection, he almost seems uncomfortable. He just shies away from it, not like rejection, but hesitation. So for the most part, I hold my inclination to be romantic back. Someone doesn't learn how to swim if they're not exposed to the water.
You got to think that most men are never paid compliments, period. Like your homie might tell you, I like your shoes, bro.
Yeah.
But like, we don't get complimented the way that you guys do. It's just not a thing for us. So it's not easy for us to accept a compliment. Even if it's coming from the woman we love, it's hard. And like, you know, the stupid little Facebook meme that's like most men will get their first set of flowers at their funeral because it's not, women don't buy flowers for men. That's not a thing for us. So there's a lot of emotional ebb and flow that comes from paying compliments and receiving them that most men lack. And it's hard for us. It doesn't mean that we don't enjoy it. It's nice to fucking hear. We just don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
So
I'm like this, but in friendships. Like if I have like Jenna paying that compliment about how her husband's thankful for me, I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
What do I do with my hands? It's hard to accept something like my husband was just saying when you've never received it in your life. And it's gotten easier for me to have conversations and accept compliments, or praise feels weird to say.
Right. Well, when people continue to say things like this to you, and it's a reoccurring thing, it's not just a one-off situation, you start to believe it.
Yeah.
Because you know that there are people out there who are having situations that are similar. You know that now, okay, well, one person says something cool, 100 people say something. Now we've got mob mentality. Like there's got to be a truth to it.
Yeah.
That's our perception.
Continuing, I love and respect this man so much. He works so hard and is always looking for hustle outside of work to get us a leg up to the next goal in life. He does everything he can to hide his financial stress so that I don't stress. He doesn't want me to worry about things that he feels like I, as his wife, shouldn't have to worry about if he's doing his job as a man correctly. He was raised in a tiny town, super blue collar, pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of family. For the last year or so, he's been really shut in with himself. We never fight. We are extremely open and straightforward with each other always. We never raise voices, never leave disagreements unresolved, and never sleep apart when we're frustrated.
I love all of that. I actually thought this was a feel-good folder, and it dawned on me after I said that this was stated that this was something unlike we've got yet.
Yeah.
So far, this does not feel like a normal To Be Better email that's been sent in.
Yeah.
This feels like a feel-good email.
It does. Continuing, but lately we've been bickering about stupid stuff. I suspect part of it is that I took on 2 very part-time jobs, 15 hours a week total, to help with finances when we fell a little bit behind. And the other part is that he spent the entirety of last year in a deep depression, so we got nothing done around the property. He's mentioned he feels like he's failing us, and I try to point out all of the ways we're winning and how he's still kicking ass. It's like he's been on autopilot. He is having his testosterone levels tested this upcoming Monday, so hopefully you scrolled too
we
much.
can rule
man.
that part out, is what it says. So hopefully we can rule that part out.
Okay.
I want to pause there, though, which is why I just scrolled to here. We used to promote Matrix hormones on this channel constantly because of how important it is for men to get their hormones done. And when Matrix stopped doing women's hormones, I stopped pushing it.
Right. Our most of our listening base is women.
Well, in our Patreon, it's like 60-40. YouTube, it's 60-40. I have no idea what it looks like across Spotify and all of that. I'd have to pull the metrics, but the last time I looked, it did lean heavier women than men. That doesn't mean that men don't listen. And as much as I promoted Matrix hormones, or we did over the course of the 3 years that we've been doing this, I would hope that I don't have to continue beating a dead horse to go get your fucking hormones checked.
Right.
But because it came up in the podcast, it is important to recognize that if you are a man over 26 years old, you should be getting your hormones checked. Our grandfather's natural testosterone levels were 3 times higher than ours.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. The number has gotten so low in men that they have started to reduce the number of natural levels. So when I first started getting my testosterone checked, anything under 300 was considered low. There are hospitals that say anything under 150 now is considered low because they've moved the margin.
Goodness.
On the high end, when I started getting my testosterone checked, it was 1,200. Now they're saying that anything over 1,000 is considered abnormal. That's not abnormal. Our fucking diet is messing our body up. So from 18 to 26, you're at your peak. At 26 years old, your testosterone naturally starts to decrease as a man. That's because we're not supposed to live past 40, 45 years old.
Right.
Over the course of human history. 40, 50 years old was grandpa. Now it's 80, 90. You know what I mean? Like we're living a whole lot longer. There's no reason for us not to get our fucking blood work done. And for all my guys out there who are buying testosterone illegally off the internet, you still need to be doing blood dumps and getting your lab work done. You can go to LabCorp if you live in the United States and have a male hormone panel done that checks your liver lipids, your kidney, your thyroid function, your estrogen, and your testosterone. It's $70. If you think your testosterone's fucked up and you don't want to spend the money to Matrix, go to LabCorp, get your fucking test done, then go to Matrix.
Yeah.
Because you have what you need to go to Matrix to get your shit done. You'll save a bunch of money through Matrix using the To Be Better drop down, but you'll already have your lab work and they can start getting your levels normal. There's no reason for this. There's not an excuse at this point. It's not like you have to go and beg and plead and bitch and try to get your doctor to like give you a testosterone test. LabCorp does that shit. It's $69 and you don't need a prescription for it. Are you texting me saying that I need my shot?
No.
Okay.
But that was something we were supposed to do yesterday.
Right.
But I got curious, right? I wonder if that's just an American thing. So now I'm going to Google like the average male testosterone in Scandinavia.
Oh yeah.
Because their diets are totally different from what we consume over here.
Lexi said, I've never heard of a blood dump. A blood dump is literally just you donating blood. If you are on testosterone or any type of anabolic steroid, you should be donating blood at least once a month. It thins out your red blood cell, which gets high. It reduces your chance of a heart attack and stroke. There's a whole lot of things that go from donating blood. And when you get prescribed testosterone, they tell you that you have to have your iron checked on a regular basis. And if it's over a certain number, you have to do blood dumps. So it's important to stay on top of that shit. Bell said they ask no questions at the donation center when you do blood dumps. As long as they've never prescribed a medical, what do they call it? There's a term for it. If you ever get prescribed blood dumps where you tell them that, like they give you a prescription to go and have it done, you'll never be able to do a blood dump without it again. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would rather just go get the blood dump done, because if you need a doctor to give you that to have your blood withdrawn, that can become a problem. So
continuing.
Yeah.
I feel like the end portions of this have been pretty chaotic, and I apologize if I'm leaving critical pieces out. He and I are each other's best friends. We turn to each other for everything. We laugh, we play, we take part in each other's hobbies, and support each other through our struggles. The respect and the support and the friendship is all there. The only thing I feel I'm sad about is the stupid romance. I want to pause there. Why did you call it stupid romance? Is it because there's frustration there about it?
Because she's been conditioned to believe that to be a thing. Okay, I can explain this to you real fucking simple.
Well, I'm more of just asking her, like,
oh,
you can explain it.
Women want the cheesy Hallmark, the Christmas movies. They want that romance. They want to feel fawned over and like put on a pedestal and chocolates and flowers and told they're beautiful and to feel special.
Mm-hmm.
Men want that shit too. We're just told that it's it's fucking gay, dog. You can't be acting like that. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit that we hear our whole life.
Right.
You're soft. You know what I mean? So like there is a stupid romance to that from that standpoint, because women think that it's stupid that they desire it the way that they do because they make cheesy movies about it.
Mm-hmm.
And men think that it's fucking stupid because we'll get made fun of if we do the shit.
Right.
The reality is your relationship matters.
Mm-hmm.
And if something that you can do is going to make your woman happy, something like bringing pine needles could change somebody's day.
Yeah.
Buying chocolates, which I keep getting emails and I'm ready to order it, but I know we have ceremony in 2 weeks. Like you can't have the shit, but you better believe there'll be a box coming back the week that we get home, like so that we can have like a happy I love you woman because it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand why we put such a negative spin on all of that. If we want, the body wants what the body wants. The soul wants what the soul wants. Like there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, you're right. Calling it stupid doesn't make sense.
Yeah. All right, continuing. I think he holds back because women have taken advantage of it in the past and he's been hurt because of it. And so it seems as if he sees that kind of romance as vulnerability and something that makes women see him as weak. Okay, so I want to pause there as well. It doesn't matter what women see him as. Right. It matters about how you perceive him. And that could be worth a conversation.
It needs to be a conversation.
Is this something I should just accept as part of the man that he has grown to become? Or is there a way to ease his mind to be my flowers in my car, dancing in the kitchen, shout his love from the rooftops man again? If I'm leaving out any critical details, please let me know.
Well, she said again, which means he did all this shit in the beginning.
Right. Well, during that honeymoon phase, before he turned himself in on that warrant. The man you are now is not the man that I met years ago.
I never will be.
Right. And I believe it's because I've made a space for you to change.
Right.
There has never been any shame or judgment or laughing at you, not with you. Don't give up on your man and just accept that that's who he is.
Yeah. Guys, ladies, you need to be gentle when it comes to your man's vulnerabilities, because if you downplay it, if you don't, you know that TikTok of the dude who was holding that spool of wire in his hand?
Yeah.
And his woman berated him, made him look like a bitch over it. And he was
made fun of him.
Every man that saw that video was like, damn, dog, I fucking get it.
Yeah.
And like,
it was 40 years of his, something like that.
Yeah.
Like I bought this 20 years ago or 40 years ago. And now this is all that's left.
Yeah. And he was having a full ass emotional moment about it. And that one situation where she treated him like that, if that was the only time that she ever did it, that would have been enough.
Yeah.
He would have never been vulnerable with her again, because she would have shown him that it's everything that we've ever been taught about women and our vulnerability is true. It's been proven in that moment. It doesn't matter if 1,000 other, for instances, were not the case. That one time is all it takes for all of those things to have become fact.
Yeah.
So it's important that you guys don't allow that shit to seep in. And if your man is being vulnerable and he's dancing in the kitchen, thank him for it. Tell him you love that shit. Mm-hmm. Like we are animals. And I don't mean men. Humanity, we are animals.
Yes.
And if you can train a dog with positive affirmations and treats, we're the same way. You give me some ass and a smile and I'm proud of you, my tail's wagging.
Yeah.
Sit, yes ma'am. Clear, you too. Right? Like it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
The problem is we overlook all of the things that people do for us and we start to take it for granted. I stood on the bed yesterday so that you could pin up my new pants, and when I moved my leg, you said thank you. Mm-hmm. And like you were doing something for me. Why the fuck are you thanking me for turning my foot? But you're not taking it for granted. I'm not taking for granted in the moment that you are willing to do something for me to hem the pants that I bought that are fucking 9 inches too long for my stubby little legs. We overlook that.
Yeah.
Stop moving. That's a different stance than thank you for moving your foot this way so I can get that pin in there, right? Mm-hmm. You guys have to constantly work to keep that light alive. And it's no different than keeping a fire alive. We've talked about this too. You watch Alone, The moment those motherfuckers lose their ferrocerium rod, they tap. You can't exist without your fire. And if you start a fire and you keep that bitch going, it's a whole lot easier than starting a new one.
Yes, it is. There is also a lot of patience and grace that comes in. I mean, loving anybody properly, there's a lot of patience and grace that's needed. To love a man properly is going to take a lot. There have been moments where I have gone out of my way to do something and it was met with something set out of the side of the neck. Or the only way I can describe it is like a scared dog backed into a corner. A dog who's been beaten their whole life don't know how to respond to affection.
Right.
Everything is a threat to them at this point. So early on in our relationship and our marriage, and even now sometimes I can still see it if you're on autopilot, that dog backed into a corner comes out. And there's just patience and grace that needs to come with that. And that I'm not going to meet you with the same energy and be like, do you remember who you're talking to, bitch?
Right.
I'm sorry, motherfucker. Who? Like,
Right.
I'm not going to talk to you that way because all of a sudden I'm having a bad day because you said something on autopilot. So I have so many thoughts going in my brain.
We'll run it. We have time.
I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. You're not just loving the stoic, weather-worn man in front of you. You're loving the child that was neglected. You're loving the 13-year-old that was bullied relentlessly in middle school. You're loving the 20-year-old man who has never done anything right in his life and is willing to give up everything just to have the reprieve of death. I believe that we as women have a very sacred power is the only thing that's coming to my mind, and the way that we are able to love and nurture. Men are able to love and nurture in their own way. Women are the bringers of life. And I don't mean just in the physical way of giving birth to a child. I believe the way that we are able to love humanity is a very healing way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think women are more compassionate by nature.
Yeah.
Jillian in the chat said, one night visiting my man's parents, we found ourselves upstairs looking through his old box of Star Wars toys from when he was 9 years old. He played with them, showed me all of them for almost 2 hours.
Oh gosh, that would make me cry.
What she said. Sat on the counter and was nearly in tears watching him relive his childhood and feel safe enough to nerd out that way. I don't think that women understand how powerful that is because we're taught to put that childish shit away. Pick yourself up, son. We don't fucking cry. You're a man now. Like, and then obviously as you're growing up, all of your friends going through their hobbies, the things that you're super into may not be super cool to your friend group anymore. And you have to start quelling that passion of the things that you enjoy. And we get so fucking beat down our entire lives that when we're able to find somebody that we can be open and comfortable enough to share our nerdums with, like there is a true trust there. And that's not something that people just give to anyone. Like we covet those moments. We hold that shit sacred to ourselves because we don't want to have it destroyed again. So in situations like that, like just know that your husband sees you.
I hope our son has a wife like that one. And I hope that our daughter can be that wife for someone.
Well, I can't.
Thank you, Carrie.
I can't say one way or another what's going to happen with Little Miss, but I know what Little Man's future is going to look like. I got to see that. So Jay said one of the sweetest things my wife has ever said to me was, I can't wait to have a kid with you so that I can see what little Jay would have been like without all the bullshit. Fuck. Taylor said, Chris, my 7-year-old asked to listen to, in his words, the how to be a man when he's struggling to emotionally regulate himself. Thank you for putting that content out there. Jillian said, absolutely, he's over 30. We have a large age gap and he's very blue collar worker. If it was so tender to see that side of him. So fucking stupid that I'm getting emotional over that.
Why would you say that?
Because I guess stupid's probably not the right word.
It's not. It's not the right word.
It's silly that I'm getting emotional over it. I just don't. I wish that people could understand. Like I'm getting emotional over it because I've got to experience it, but people don't understand how we don't have that. And my crying is frustration because there's men out there who will never experience having a partner that they can let themselves be themselves with. And I hate to reference TikTok videos because it's so,
a cesspool of
it
TikTok.
is a cesspool. But the TikTok that we saw the other day of the kid that was like, look, babe, a milk mustache. And she's like, will you grow the fuck up? And the next like 9 videos of were them at really cool places where she's like, babe, look at this. And he's like, yeah,
the seashell.
Cool.
Yeah.
Neat. And he's just completely fucking detached. Like it took that one, for instance, to kill that side of him. And I know that was put out there in a very intelligent way to show people how fucking like fragile that can be.
Right.
So my emotional fucking and shit in this is because I get to be that person. I'm going to teach myself to play the drum in front of my wife. And I'm not worried about looking like an idiot.
You know what I get to do while you play the drum?
Learn to play your other drum.
I can do that, and I can also dance.
Yeah. There's a support there. There's a love that comes from knowing that you have somebody that you can just let it go. You shouldn't have to fight inside your home the way that you fight the outside world. That's why we've been so very adamant about keeping your sanctuary peaceful. It's why you've made numerous comments about how you won't let somebody sit in my chair, or if somebody comes uninvited, you'll make them leave. Like, I don't know. There's just so much to that. And having the podcast and having little clips where people will listen to that one little segment and then I'll get ripped apart because of how emotional, unstable or controlling I am. Well, there's a whole fucking truth in that. And because you got this much of a conversation, you want to rip the conversation apart. You're missing the broader subject. Don't act like you've never felt like your fucking wife or your husband has put somebody before you. It's not an insecurity, motherfucker. It happens. And it makes you feel like complete dog shit when it does. It doesn't take much to destroy somebody. It really fucking doesn't. Especially in the world that we live in, because the world we live in is ugly. Everybody fucking hates each other. It's more divided than it's ever been. Like, there's no love anymore. There's no peace. There's no unity. You can't even fucking, have Christians having conversations about what faith looks like without people being disowned. Like, I don't know. I fucking, so that's why I'm getting emotional. It's frustrating to me.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm grateful for the life we have. I almost didn't get to experience this. Sorry, Carrie.
I was 14 years old when I tried to take my life.
Yeah.
Looking back, I was so young. And in that moment, thankfully, I didn't succeed. But I knew that nobody would have checked on me until the morning. I check on the kids multiple times a night.
So do I. Every time I get up.
And that's one of those moments where it's crazy. One of the things that kept me going, it's so stupid. I was 14 years old. I can't remember. It was some social media. It was archaic as fuck. But it was a post that said, at one point, I almost gave up my life. And now it's Sunday morning. I'm making pancakes for my family.
Fucking Carrie's going through it too. It was all of us at one point. The problem is most people won't admit it and they won't talk about it.
We are all one. That saying that we heard on our first retreat, I'm sorry for all the things I did to you and I didn't realize I was you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. We are all living the human experience, trying the best we can. You fucking whore, Lilo. She sees
relief.
you're vulnerable and she's trying.
There's that comedic relief. Guys, if you're listening to this and you've been in that position
or are currently in that position
and you survive it, you owe it to have the conversations with people because you don't know who's not going to make it through what you went through. And for those of us who have been through a world of shit, we have a life that we can give our testimony to in a way that others can't. I don't give a fuck what degrees you have. If you haven't been in the trench, you don't know what it feels like to fucking be there.
Right.
If you've never been in a position where you've tried to eliminate yourself, you have theory. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it is to sit in silence with your best friend, not knowing if he's going to make it through the day. There's something to be said about what we owe the world after we've survived these things. Well, that's the end of the podcast, guys, because I don't want to sit here and do this anymore. I'm a little too emotional now and I'm ready to go home.
The last thing that I want to say is a lot of people, because of who we are and the things that we say, there are people who have accused us of, oh, you think you're better than me? You think you're on higher ground than me? No, I don't, because I am you.
Yeah. I definitely don't think that we're better than anyone. We might have a following and that's pretty cool, but like it doesn't, that's why I don't think that we're anything special. When people start crying over us, I don't know how to handle that.
Me too.
I don't think that we're doing anything different. We are just normal people living our fucking lives. We just are relatable.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are seeing something in us that's healing a part of you, and that's fucking amazing, and we love that.
We're putting ourselves out there against all the scrutiny.
Yeah.
We are doing something that a vast majority of people don't want to do because of the hate that we receive for it. Being in our positions, there is a lot of positivity that comes from it. We get a lot of love and we get to see the positive ripples that we have in other people's lives. There's also a lot of ugliness that comes with it. And like we get people watching this, you know how this feels. We get enough ugliness from ourselves.
Yeah.
And getting that confirmation from the outside world, people who don't even know you, shitting on you, telling you that you're worthless and you should kill yourself and all these other kinds of things, it hits deep because that's just a reaffirmation of the things that your demons are telling you.
Right. That's exactly what that is. And it doesn't matter how much good you have.
Right.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's like I said earlier, there could be 1,000 things, and it takes one thing from your partner to shatter that existence for you. And unfortunately, we allow people that we've never met before that has no stake in and no skin in the game, like nothing in our reality whatsoever, to still be that voice that fucking rips us apart because that self-doubt is already there. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. Well, guys, we thank you all for tuning in. We are not going to record another episode today. I think that we're going to wrap up and actually take the rest of the week off because it's Wednesday and we have the kids this weekend. So
Easter's this week.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys Monday or Tuesday at some point. And there might be a vlog later today. I recorded something this morning. So otherwise, we're signing off until next week. So thank you guys for being a part of the Discord. For those of you who are watching right now, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. It's nice to be able to read the comments and get positive affirmations while we're recording. It's also nice to have other perspectives because sometimes you guys who are part of our Patreon watching gives us a thought or a viewpoint that we are not seeing in the moment. And it adds value. You guys are giving back to the tribe. And that means a lot too.
They also catch things that we miss while we're reading. So
yeah. Yep, they do. With that being said, guys, remember you're the author of your own life.
So grab a pen.
And we will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.